let's take a walk. 7th and 8th grade. Hope you guys are having a lovely day, man. It's the last video lecture, and we are finally kind of wrapping up what we started earlier this week, which was a conversation on American foreign policy and how it has changed over the years. And so we talked about yesterday how much warfare had changed, and we know how World War I started generally, and we know that America at this point is not involved in the war. But how do they get involved in the war? Let's find out. So, America gets involved in World War I for a very interesting reason. And it actually the reason I said that this kind of wraps up our conversation on foreign policy is because it actually is related to what happened in Cuba. And we remember reading about that earlier this week. So we know what happened in Cuba. America intervened, got involved, so to speak, because they were concerned about a foreign nation being involved in Cuba and how that could potentially put them at risk. And so they got involved. And the exact same thing happens in World War I. And it's all about something called the Zimmerman Telegraph, the Zimmerman Note. You guys know Zimmerman, Arthur Zimmerman. Hey, look, somebody's got a trail cam up here. That's weird. I think there's a tree stand around here too. Yeah, there it is. Makes you miss fall time and deer season, man. But you know that Arthur Zimmerman, I'm so sorry. A German who during this time reaches out to the Mexican government. And here's how it goes. He says, listen, we want you guys to join with us, to ally with us, and we will help you gain back lost territory that was lost to you because of your fight with America in the Mexican-American War. And the Americans intercept this telegram, dude. And they're like, oh my goodness. You know, we have Mexico obviously very close to our border, you know, and if they ally with Germany, oh man, that's going to be it's going to really jeopardize us as a nation. And so what are we going to do? Well, what they do, they decide to ally with the Allied powers, the people fighting against Germany and Austria-Hungary. And they say, we're going to get involved. We're going to join the war because we cannot risk having that area occupied by a foreign nation that is very aggressive. And so that's what happens. That's how America gets involved in the war. So you need to understand that what happens is the Zimmerman Note is so crucial for us as students of history to know about, because that's the reason why we get involved in World War I. Unbelievable, right? Real quick, what was America doing while this combat was going on before? I mean, were they just chilling out? In a way, yes. They were remaining neutral in World War I, and they were still maintaining trade with all these European nations, but without blatantly, that means like in your face, taking sides. Look at these old trees. Crazy, man. That one looks very dangerous. And so they were completely neutral prior to the Zimmerman Telegraph, which again was Germany trying to establish an alliance with Mexico and promising them that if they would ally with the Americans, they would help them take back territories that America won during the Mexican-American War. Hope you guys are having a lovely day. Stay safe, get outside, enjoy the fresh air. Remember the Zimmerman Note. Remember how this kind of compares to what happened in Cuba. America doesn't want to be jeopardized. They don't want to be in a bad situation. So they take sides and join World War I. We'll talk more about that later. Love you guys so much. Miss you. Have a wonderful weekend.